Yo, bit of a DayZ stream on Yorkie's PvE. Um, feels, to be honest, feels like I've come back home, which is madness, really. Um, I mean, it's the same map, DayZ. You know, if you got the non DLC map. Let's just get rid of this one. Where is she? But bloody hell, it's loud. Yeah, it's the same map on all the servers, pretty much. You know, apart from the Livonia thing that I haven't got. But you just get such a different vibe on DayZ servers. How much am I going to regret this? You got the most, didn't you? Yeah, such a different vibe on the DayZ servers. If you get involved in the Discord, you certainly get a very different feel. Yeah, that's going to get busy, isn't it? Actually, I could let them through here. Open that door in a second. Yeah, went off looking for a bit of PvP action on a different server. I don't know why. I mean, Yorkie has a PvP. Well, actually, I do know why it was a different server, because the other server had a mod that enabled you to grow cannabis, and I really like the idea of setting up a bit of a cartel. But I think with the PvP, you don't shit on your own back door. It's basically like, if you're going to go in there and start crapping things up for other people and raiding bases and stuff like that, I just felt like I needed to let off some steam, really. Ironically, I didn't raid bases. I set up a base. Three of us did, and just end up sitting there paranoid people are going to raid the base, which base raiding season's not quite over yet. So hopefully, while I'm away, it's okay. Come on then. Let's see what you've got to say for yourselves. Oh, I don't like it when they get close. Right, there's one. Who else? Pretty quick one, that. Is that it? Is that it? Party over? No, no. There we go. God, it's nice to kill some zombies that aren't dressed in ghillie suits and or mummified and take about 12 different headshots like the gauntlets. Come on. I wonder if these guys were carrying anything on them, actually, like a bunker card or something, I don't know. Oh, policeman's hat. If you're into dressing up. Would help if I aimed at them. Yeah, I'll help myself to a can of beans. So yeah, I just wanted to come back, and I didn't want to really run a gauntlet, to be honest. I just wanted a bit of PvE, a bit of, I think, a feeling of normality, if you like. Yeah, I think I want to go this way. Because on the PvP I've been playing on, there are very few zombies, actually. Pros and cons. Depends what mood takes your fancy, really. What have we got here? Now, can I put that away? Any rounds for that? I'd like to have some rounds for that. In there. I'm going to lob it if it's not got any rounds. I'm not walking around with this thing all day. So, for some weird reason, I find myself down in Nadaz Dino. I have no idea how to pronounce that, really. English translation is a bit of a guideline. There we go. No, that's bus stop. That just says bus stop, I think. And I'm trying to figure out how on earth to get back to spawn. I think there's a good chance I'm heading south at the moment. I'm just not sure. I have no idea. Let's have a look. Oh god, I haven't got infinite stamina. Tell you what, that gauntlet's up my DayZ confidence. Probably not in a good way. I mean, I probably need to... I think that's one of the things why I just needed to go onto PvP for a bit, was because I was getting a bit sort of like all ammoed and gunned up. And it was actually getting a bit like... I was getting lazy. I was getting sloppy, really. And I needed... Oh, I fancied a bit of stealth, but I didn't get that on the PvP, actually, saying that. Oh, can I wear that? No. Something's not compatible with it. I didn't really get this idea of playing DayZ in a very in the way it was intended, shall we say, on a sort of vanilla server. That was originally what I was thinking. Oh, I fancy a bit of vanilla server action. And yeah, I didn't actually get that because well, we spotted the cannabis server and that was it. It was like, oh, let's cartel up. So I still don't think I've quenched that desire for some vanilla DayZ. Now, I'm at one end of this place or the other. Let's try and use a bit of smarts about this. Well, I'm either looking north or south, one assumes, on this road, roughly. No, not necessarily. But the road bends over to the right, so if it bends over to the right, I assume I'm heading northbound, and that would be equalled by the sun in the southwest. So let's head north, see what we've got. Actually, in many ways, this is closer to a vanilla experience. You know, not having limited stamina, all of a sudden I'm having to... It's a more realistic simulation, if you like. How else? However, yeah, tired. The other ways that it's close to a vanilla experience is the number of Zeds on there. The loot is stepped up massively, but I think the loot in DayZ, depending again on your sort of experience and what you're wanting in terms of challenge out of the game, you know, and this is the thing. This is the challenge for any games developer, is to get in the right challenge. Probably don't really need to skirt off the road because it's not PvP. It's just by instinct to not run along roads. But strangely enough, I have the same instinct in real life. I don't like walking alongside the road. I'd much rather be in and amongst the trees. Yeah, I mean, games developers have got to pitch games at the right level of experience. And more modern-ish games, if you like, have difficulty settings. I mean, retro games do. But, you know, you've usually got, like, quite a granular way of setting difficulties in some games. Certainly with like how you choose HUD elements, graphical HUD elements, right through to just the overall difficulty and level of AI and things like that. And I think for myself, I think the loot and the scarcity of loot and the positioning of the different tiers of loot in DayZ from south to north on the map, it's a little bit too challenging. And it's not so much that it's challenging, that it's actually quite mundane, because it then becomes just a running looting simulator with inventory management, and that's not what I'm looking for from the game, really. I'm looking for a bit of survival. I think I'm really looking mainly for PvE, and I think the origins of DayZ were PvE rather than PvP. I'm looking for both, but sort of like 80% PvE, 20% PvP, if that. Just running into the odd person, really. Zeds can get challenging. You know, they can overwhelm you for sure. You know, you only need to take a few right sort of punches. You know, you've not got a plate carrier on. Have I got a plate carrier on? Yeah, and it's pristine. Tactical vest. Right sort of punches, attacks, scratches, whatever you. And you soon find you're losing blood in a difficult way, you get knocked out, whatever you. So even though in many games the AI or the NPCs, the non-playing characters, often don't present the player much of a challenge compared to other players, I think in DayZ they can do, actually. Especially bears, oh my god. Got hit by a pack of wolves earlier on the different server. 3 or 4 of them. And I was bleeding, and what I did was I cut up some rags, treated the wound, and I got infection, and I think infection's an inevitability under those circumstances, really. So my priority wasn't to treat the wound, really. My priority was to go and find a bandage or some tincture or some way of treating the wound in a sterilised fashion. Got ill, lasted it out 30 minutes, had a lot to do, really. And it just sort of could have actually really destroyed the sort of mini mission I was on. And that's just another example of PvE can present the right challenges. And I do enjoy that aspect of DayZ. There's another aspect of it as well that I like. PvP servers, and look, I've been playing DayZ now for a month, so really not a long time at all in the great scheme of things. When you know, this game's been about 10 years. There are veteran players who are on this day in, day out, and they've been, you know, 10 years of 5 years, 7 years, whatever. And here I am playing it for a month and sort of surmising my experiences, which are going to be negligible. And a 2-year veteran player, if you like. It's not even a veteran player, 2 years, but a 2-year player said, you know, he's aware that there's so much more that he's got to learn than he already knows. And you think, oh, crikey. Yeah. But I think PvP maps, you are very player aware. You are very focused on other players. You know, that's the sort of, you know, it's the difference between running in zigzags, you know, constantly hiding yourself away, you know, in the brush, behind trees, constantly thinking about angles, constantly thinking about common places players are likely to be. Every time you see an open door, you're thinking, is that player just opened a door now or 2 hours ago? Other players on the server are constantly on your mind. And you can control a lot of the environmental threats in DayZ. You can anticipate them and control them to some degree, but other players That that's the unknown, isn't it? Really. Oh, we're coming up to a base here. Now, where are we at? Provo? Near Provo, maybe? Is this nobody's base? It could be. I wonder if it is. And there's one great thing about DayZ, and I think, and I mean, actually, unlike gaming historically throughout the years, which has been massively, the majority has been male players. Okay, overwhelmingly, the majority has been male players. Okay, let's have a quick look before I. Yeah, actually, I've just driven this on the different server, and that felt long enough. So walking, it's gonna certainly feel long enough. We'll head up. We're heading up to Vibor, so I think I think I will head through Perobo. Or will I? Will I? Will I? Will I? What will I do? There's a trail that I could pick up actually. Let's go straight on. We'll hit a road, cross that field, and then we should be able to pick up a trail. Overwhelmingly male gaming historically, and actually I'm surprised and pleasantly surprised to see a fairly decent representation of female players. Now, we're still talking about 10-20% of players being female, but that's certainly higher, significantly higher than a lot of other games I play, especially like first-person shooters and things like that. But still, fundamentally, that most people you meet are male, and most of the conversations I have, even though it's not explicitly spoken, men do like having a bit of a solo adventure. We do, of course, we enjoy the social aspect, but I think in a bit more moderation. Well, maybe I'm just projecting my own sort of desires here, but I love running solo around DayZ. To me, it's quite meditative. Oh, here's the trail, I think. It is a trail. It is the blue trail. Let's follow it. Let's follow it and see where it takes us. It does take us onto the road, actually. Cool. And I think actually that sort of solo play of DayZ. Yeah, we're on the blue trail. It's very, very meditative. Extraordinarily so. Just like in real life, I find cycling, mountain biking, just a really essential time of reflection. I'm not a runner, never have been, certainly cannot run now. Injuries just prevent me from running. Cycle quite happily all day long, but I'm just not a runner. Here's some elk then. And it's the same sort of thing. It's just a very peaceful, reflective time to enjoy time by yourself. And I think a lot of the modern world doesn't always permit extended periods of solo time. And when I say extended periods, depending on where you're at, several hours or even several days as such. My wild camping and solo hiking definitely affords me that extended period of time. And I get the impression from a lot of other gamers they really value that aspect. And so people are drawn to DayZ. I think people initially probably come across DayZ from recommendations or videos on YouTube, whatever. Looks interesting, you get on. It's very, very difficult. I imagine a lot of people quit. There must be a very early filtering process, and that is just constantly dying. Having everything in a foreign language, no map to hand, it doesn't meet your expectations of what modern gaming is, and that's fantastic to see. One of the things that a lot of retro gamers talk about. Ooh, I think this is the way. Um, is how retro games, older games, are much harder, and I've definitely found that. I've definitely experienced retro games a lot more difficult. Um, and it's nice to get onto a game that makes no excuses for its difficulty, and DayZ certainly is that. When you start out in DayZ, you will have a hard time of it. If you're not having a hard time of it, you're lucky. Like, you're damn lucky. Actually, in saying that, I had a hard time of DayZ for the first couple of weeks, but it did capture me. Something about DayZ absolutely captures you. Time to get some elks. I'm hoping those are elks. They don't sound like bears. Or do we stick to the trail? See if it gets louder on the trail. It's strange, actually. I think it's very much connected, and I always find myself meditation and this concept of the flow states to be very connected. So the flow state is an unusual idea. If you will have experienced this that I'm going to talk about. I think it's got some roots of understanding with Zen Buddhism, really, but the flow state is this idea that you engage in an activity and it's not necessarily superficially enjoyable, like sort of playing ping pong with a mate or something like that, or going out drinking and watching, sports or something like that. You are one loud bloody elk, aren't you, my friend? So the flow state is something that you engage in, an activity that is enjoyable, but it's a deeper sense of enjoyment, and it arises through how much it captures your entire conscious process, really. So it could be like doing a Rubik's Cube, it could just be washing up, it could be playing DayZ. And it's something where you... Oh, there we go. Hello, my friend. Oh, there's a pack of them. And I think DayZ affords you to get into the flow state. Now, I've probably not done the best explanation. What is this? This is a hay bale, yeah. I thought it was a pig then or something. And that brings about a meditative state, because whilst you're busying your conscious mind, it allows your subconscious mind, it sort of takes the reins off your subconscious and allows it to wander, which I think is essentially the essence of meditation. Oh my God, missed that one. I'll just wait till you... Oh God. I mean, if this was real life, I think I'd be prosecuted by now. There we go. Well, they're going crazy, aren't they? Yeah, I'm about to eat your sister. I mean, this is grim. There's no doubt about it. This is absolutely grim. Okay. I don't think that deer pelt will be pristine. Get a few of those into the old backpack. Oi. Let's go in my salt boots. Okay, so and I think you really need that sort of PvE experience to get into that flow state. I think it's difficult to achieve on a PvP server because you're constantly thinking, who's going to snipe me in the back of the head? Whereas right now I feel relaxed. I'm thinking about Zeds. But we can have a nice fire. Ooh, I heard a gunshot just then. Nope. That's not what I wanted. That is what I wanted. And, oh, actually, what have we got here? A long stick. Get one of those. Well, that was an unusual one, that. Some of those sounds, not all of them, I find very realistic. Cool, how many hotbar items have I got? Like quite a few. Nope, get that away. I want a knife. I always like to go for silver birch bark, but this will do. Same old trick. Yeah, that sounds very realistic, actually, for like scraping bark off a tree. I wonder if that must have been recorded on a good mic. Let's just get rid of that for a second. Let's get that on the go. Where's that short stick? Let's drop one of those. Right. Let's combine that. Let's make a hand drill kit. It's good timing because I believe the sun is going to go down soon. Don't let the sun go down on me. There you go, George Michael. Wasn't that fantastic? And let's just... Oh, but this is prickly. My God. It's so noisy. And we'll just sharpen that up while we're at it. There we go. Just like I like to do in real life. I like a nice view. When I sit down and light a fire, which isn't always sensible. It's quite often the most sensible spot to light a fire. It's somewhere nice and enclosed, where the heat can reflect back at you, even off a rock. You'd be surprised what surfaces reflect heat back at you. Don't tend to run around with sharp sticks, don't get me wrong. Ah, there we go. Beautiful little spot here on the old hiking trail. Okay, so let's just put the fire down here. Where's that little campfire I made in there? Running around with human flesh. What's that? That's the fire lighting kit. DayZ's so brutal and realistic in so many ways. Apart from that fire drill kit. Well, life would be bliss if you could light a fire with a handmade bow drill kit. Just put that down here and take that to my hands. Oh, let's just take that to my hands, put the bark in, and then get the hand drill kit, ignite that. Get our friend, the stag that we shot down quite tragically. Hopefully we can cook a meal. Oh, why can't we cook a meal? Maybe. I don't actually need. Can I just stick that on, that venison? No, I can't actually. It's quite strange. Oh, I'm not going to be able to enjoy that. What do I call that? That is venison, that one. Okay. Ah, there we go. Let's get that roasted. Oh no, I'm ill. Have I got any tetracycline on me? Yeah. Let's just drop that. Where is it? Am I like got wet clothes or something? Is that the problem? Don't know what's made me ill. Not wounded or anything. Oh well. Quite warm. I just throw the stick on the floor and then grab the steak. That's scuffed. There we go. And save that. Stick is coming quite handy actually. Got the heat buff. Feeling cold looking at that fire actually. Oh God, I miss campfires. It's been a long time since I've had a good campfire. Oh dear. Oh, that's not done me any favours. I think it was cooked. I bloody hope it was cooked. It's just don't trust my own cooking now. I mean, I was ill anyway. Why? I drink some water. Have I got any water on me? Oh no! I'm not having a good time of it at all. Not a good time. I mean, what I could cheekily do. Where am I? I'm here. Let's carry on the blue trail up to Vibil. I've no idea how I've got ill. I have no idea what's caused that. I feel like I'm trudging now. God, my liquid's right down, actually. I mean, vomiting doesn't help. Don't just get rid of all those bloody steaks. I wonder if I hadn't cooked that properly. But I was already ill, so I think I only vomited because I was already ill. Where that is. I love what we call in the UK an LDP, a long distance path. I was searching through some of the trails across, well, I mean, Jesus, in America the trails are incredible. You know, like the Appalachian Trail and things like that, just absolutely incredible. Would love to do some of those trails, multi-day hikes and things. Yeah, I'm worried about bears. Do not like the prospect of bears. I don't think that the film Reverence helped with all that. But even in Europe, you know, the trails are absolutely humongous. Now, where's this come out at? I think I've obviously gone. Let's find out where we are. Am I coming out at Vibil? Or did I not even get that far? I can't even remember where I joined up. Where did I join up? Let's go and have a look over here. Say hello. See if anybody's in there. 100% whose base that is, actually. I in? I'm in a party. Knock knock. Hello? Anybody home? Hello? No, nobody home. I'm sure I glimpsed the airfield just then. Oh. I think some gunshots came from this direction. That's a nice thing, actually. If you want to find the airfield, people are on. Follow the sound of gunshots. Look at this. I'm looking rotten, actually. In a bad state. Oh, we've got a town there. I was hoping to get a high point and see what we could see in terms of airfields, etc. I hope this isn't Perovo. I hope I haven't doubled back on myself. What am I guessing? What am I guessing? Map skills here. Came off that trail. Ended up on a road. No. It's only a small place. It has got a church. Let's see what we can see. I'm not going to take a guess because I have no idea. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Right, further north than I thought I was, actually. So left is to Vibor. The right is to Starry Sober. So, if that's the case, we'll just carry on through, really. Follow it up into the airfield. Should be over there on the left, so we'll just sort of hopefully get through that way. I'm going to do a cheeky respawn. I could lose this illness and get my gear together. Yeah, not doing too well, are you, lass? Did you get one? Oh yeah. Right. Onward. Presumably we're in autumn. The evergreens are still green, and hence the name evergreen, and all the deciduous trees are a nice, lovely yellow, orange, and just that autumnal palette. Beautiful. Not a time of year I like, actually. I'm very spring, summer. Really summer. I'm a summer person. Completely, to be honest. Spring, happy with. Autumn, the winter's coming. Oh yeah, that's sort of messed up, that commando roll, but that's what I was going for. It's just commando roll. No, I can't. I'm not commando rolling very well at all. Let's just do it normally. Oh, I've got myself stuck. Look at that. Look at the state of that. And there we go. Like a pro. I mean, obviously, spring is new life. I just love the warmth of summer. To be honest, I love it. Could I have summer all year round? I think so. You know, it's just the trouble is, summer all year round is generally an equatorial climate. You know, or the sort of the in the tropics really. And I don't want that level of heat all year round. But a British summer all year round. British summer from the 80s and 90s, prior to global warming, would be lovely all year round. I wonder if there is anywhere that does have that sort of. I think Spain, I think southern Spain is sort of covers the range. It does get a wee bit too hot, and that's an understatement. But I think it never gets too cold for me in the winter. Anyway, you can still go out in a t-shirt, just about. Would I ever miss the winter and the autumn? I don't know, really. I do feel, and it wasn't something I felt younger. I was sort of oblivious to seasonal changes, but as I got older, I do feel a lot more. I don't know, intrinsically connected to the seasons in terms of mood and desires, really. I think in the winter I desire warmth and like a social warmth. I think the Danish call it hugger or higgy or something like that. That's an overwhelming desire. I also notice I desire starchy foods as the winter approaches. I don't know if that's is that something that is does that happen in the animal kingdom? Is that mammalian? Is it? I don't know. Is it a human construct? I don't know. But I notice I desire more starchy foods. I tend to plump up throughout the winter. Strangely enough, when I think actually you probably more naturally lose weight over the winter and plump up during autumn type thing. Just trying to figure out where spawn is actually. It's been a while. Oh, it's a nice feeling this actually, even though it's a computer game. I've got that home sweet home feeling. I've got to say, it's a really nice feeling this. And there's a certain road when I used to drive to my hometown. I don't even know what I can't even tell you what a number it is or anything like that. I'm not going to commando roll that bloody fence. It's embarrassing. I made a right mess up of it. And there's a certain point where I travel down this road off the motorway between the motorway and my hometown that I'm just overwhelming sense of nostalgia and home comfort. And I'm almost close to that with seeing these signs actually. It's just you know what? It's a really strange thing to say this actually. I just feel a nice sense of safety and I think that's a testament to the community actually on this server. What's up there? What's that say? Is that new? Is that new? I love the way the dogs, Rosie and Charlie, just anything that changes, they know it. And I don't know if I've just not noticed that before. I mean, there's a fire up there. Okay, so let's derobe in this shack. We do it with dignity. Oh no, I've lost my illness. Oh, fantastic. Right. Here we go then. So I'm home. Tee up with player online and see what we can get up to. Disconnect this. Kill equals ban. How many people do not see that sign? That That first time I logged into this server and saw all this, it was amazing, really. Oh, I could drop off that venison, couldn't I, really? Because it's bloody disgusting. See who this is. Hello. You right? He's just kneeling down. Hey, dude. You right? Yeah, you knew. Oh, it's an awesome server, dude. It's an absolutely awesome server. What have you got so far? What have you been up to? Yeah, what in the blue rucksack? I think there's some over here, dude. In this, not this one. This maybe this one. You might be in luck. There might be some rucksacks on the wall. Yeah, there's some warmer clothes in there. Yeah, that's all right. So the servers, like a couple of gauntlets, basically. Do you know a bit of what to expect here? Have you played DayZ much? Oh, okay, all right. Well, you're in luck. You've come to like the best server, and you've only hit 30 hours. That's pretty cool. Um, oh, okay. Yeah, new spreads. I'll look away, dude. There's a guy down there. Are you solo or are you with a? Oh, okay. I'll just say quick hi to this guy. Hello. You all right? I'm not sure if you've been on the server before, pal, but there's some good loot in the end house to keep yourself warm. Stuff in the chest, and if you follow the signs to the gauntlet, you can run and kill some zombies. I'll run up. I'll run up with you, dude. That way, I'll take you up to the gauntlet. Um, there's basically two of them. There's what they call a G1, Gauntlet 1, and a G2. And the guy who runs the server, Yorkie, it's definitely worthwhile getting on Discord, dude. Can you hear me okay over those gunshots? You sound British, man. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, British in origin, then, I suppose. I don't know. Ah, which side of Australia are you? Is that? I'm going to show my ignorance here. Is that Sydney? Oh, okay. Awesome. What's the weather like? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, is this time of year your summertime down there? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, really? Okay. Uh, c- can you see? over the... Oh, don't worry about it. You'll gear up in a second, dude. Can you see over to your left? There's a few turrets. That's a castle, a fortress, if you like, and that's somebody's base. So you can get a free base on this server, which is lovely. There's in-game currency, which you'll see all that sort of stuff on Discord. You're earning money as you're on the server, actually, and what a lot of people do is they spend about 200, like I can't remember what it is, like PPS, and they get a Hummer every month, which is fantastic, really. So what do you think of DayZ as a game then, after your 30 hours? Yeah. Oh man, it's so addictive, you know. Well, then that's when you know you found a really good gem. It's a weird thing. There are some faults with DayZ, but you sort of forgive the faults, really, to a large degree. I wholly recommend doing G1, Gauntlet 1, starting off on that. Forgive yourself if you die. You respawn where you spawned up, but basically just run along this plane here, and what it is. Wow, these guys are noisy. Yeah, run along this plane, jump in there. There'll be a car in there. You can loot up from the car, and you can also loot up some guns might be in the buildings. Run round and kill some zombies, dude. Have a lot of fun. Yeah, it's through here, and you'll see the cars. Now, like, what you might do is grab a KAM, yeah, and just grab a load of mags, or an M4 and a load of mags. If you do that, and you exhaust everything in the car, it will just respawn. So just wait for a bit, it'll respawn. There's plenty of food and things like that, so you'll get everything you need in there, and then just take your time, enjoy it, go around. You'll probably die without completing it. Well, if you don't, absolutely well done, you're a master. But if you die, you just respawn, go back round. If you're quick enough, you might even find your body, man. Oh, you're more than welcome. Have fun. Cheers, dude. Right, I'm gonna try and. I was hoping that was nobody, so I'm gonna just end the stream there. Oh my god, it's so noisy. This is my favourite spot on this server, just up here. God, it's busy. Yeah, I'm just going to end the stream there, just give nobody a shout. And I don't think I'll stream for a little while, but we'll see.